On the last episode of Penny Pals After Dark,
Dumpster fire.
Dumpster fire. Kyle, go ahead and preach, brother. Preach, brother. Maya, give us the sermon. Give us the fire.
Hey, yo, this your girl, Renfamous, here to tell yous chowderheads to take a seat. Because we got another wicked awesome episode of Penny Pals After Dark coming up here after the jingle. Hit it, Borgman, and say hi to your mother for me.
It's time again for idle chat and witty repartee. They're not the heroes you wanted, they're the heroes that you need. Whether you came here by mistake or hit play on a lark, settle down, get comfy now, it's Penny Pals After Dark.
Hey everybody, it's Adam. A few weeks back, Craig, Ren, Hingo, and Lazorz sat down to recap PAX South in all its glory. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to attend the recording, so you'll just have to suffer without. However, I want to say that South continues to be an amazing experience, and will be the one PAX I will prioritize every year. I want to thank everyone that came out and said hi and commented on the show and participated in Margarita Quest and everything else. So thank you all for making it great. Just a quick few show notes here. One, the La Quinceañera needs to replace the yard from Mad Dogs in next year's Margarita Quest. No question. 2, Annapurna killed it at South, and I hope to drop that interview we recorded with them sooner than later. And 3, at no time did I corner Jerry Holkins in an airport restroom. That is slander, clear and simple. So, on with the episode.
All right, we ready to do this shit?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so for the fun, exciting people who were there at PAX South for 2017, the pin dinner started out at Bariba Cantina, and we happened to have the lovely planner and coordinator of said event, and it didn't become a total shit show. So, Ren, could you tell us more about this event?
Much to my chagrin. I mean, I was planning on a shit show of some sort, but...
Yeah, try harder.
Yeah, I mean, there's always next year. I mean, I hadn't realized that by planning such a large and, shall I say, infinitely successful event, that I was issuing some sort of challenge, because now the Boston Penny Pals are stepping it up, and we're gonna eat like lobster or some shit. I don't know.
Good luck. The Boston one's gonna be a pain in the ass to figure out the logistics for.
It ended up going very well, despite me having to low key ask everyone for more money, which everyone ended up sending me. Along with a very kind note in the PayPal comment. Everything from a shakedown money to a rip off to I need about tree fitty to everything in between.
You're literally the devil.
You're literally the devil. No, that was still sending me like $6.66. I think I ended up getting something like 80 cents in extra money because people just wanted to send me a penny and say something mean. I was like, I'll take it, whatever. But yeah, no, we went from having an unknown number of staff members maybe attending to, I think like 4 showed up and quietly shoveled meat in the corner. But then they eventually rolled around and talked to us, and I think everything ended up going really well. Everyone seemed very satisfied. I don't know, I was piss ass drunk like an hour into it, so it went well for me.
Yeah, I think after your third 28-ounce margarita,
I was having
less than your typical social self.
I was having fun.
And more just a drifter.
Thanks. That's what every girl likes to hear.
I don't think you were in the same position for more than 15 seconds at a time.
No, I really wasn't, because I was trying to make sure, because I had promised people unlimited meat, and I was going to make sure there was unlimited meat, because I don't use that phrase lightly.
Well, there was plenty left over at the end because I took like a big bunch of fucking brisket back to the room, and then I was like, why did I do this?
So did I. I took like 3 things of brisket back because I wanted to make sure we all got our money's worth. And then I left it all in the fridge, so whoever had to clean that room.
I wonder if we gave $3,000 to Taco Bell, we could have unlimited Taco Bell for the East dinner.
I think if you give $3,000 to a Taco Bell legally, you own it. Like I think that makes you a franchiser.
It's called franchising.
that's the cutoff for owning a franchise of Taco Bell. So I'm honestly like, I would like to see that. I think a Taco Bell takeover would be a fun pin dinner.
Hell yeah. You can make a pin for it too, a community pin, exclusive Taco Bell Pals pin.
Everybody and their
God.
mom has a community pin now. Holy shit. Remember
Yeah,
the
everybody-
first community pin was like an undertaking, and now everyone's like, I'm going to make one. Here's my design.
Oh, because people realize this now. It's not like that expensive to do it overall.
So the Quiplash tournament that was held, how did that end up going? Because I was too busy running around trying to get people to throw pins inside a coffee can
I think
that I actually paid zero
it
attention
ended
to
up
Quip.
going really well, mostly thanks to Hobbs. And I don't know. I knew he'd do a good job. I just had a feeling. I had a feeling that he would be a killer MC. But I didn't realize he'd knock it out of the park. He was like managing that event. I didn't even have to think about it, which was awesome.
Yeah,
But
he did a good
and then Craig fucking lost.
job.
That's amazing. I think he
But he-
think he threw it. I think he purposely threw it because he wanted the shitstorm medal. He wanted the
No, I wanted the. Well, all right. So I made it to the final round or whatever, but the first round of the finals, I had such shitty answers. But I was like, I'm just gonna throw it. And then the second round, I just fucking killed it, and it brought me from 7th up to 1st.
And you thought
And
you had
then-
it. You thought.
I
you
thought I had
had
it, and then I fucked up in the final round, as is tradition.
as is tradition.
Yes.
What is it? Rug pisser? Can we call you that now? Can we call you the?
Yeah, I'm gonna be the rug pisser of the Pinny Pals Quiplash dinner. But we need to see what happens next year, though, if we do Quiplash again.
Yeah, I think we should.
If I blow it again, then we'll see.
I think.
But then I get to go to the dinner for free, though, right? For getting second place next year.
Oh yeah, it's like the Omegathon, right?
What if I bring my medal? That's like peace offering. I don't know.
What if that gets you a bye into the final round, Craig? Would that be okay with you?
No, I want to earn that shit again.
All right, then fuck it. You get nothing.
Alright.
You'll get nothing.
I ain't get shit. Yeah, I don't want to get a pity finals.
Hey, so Craig, how were the Omegathon calls this year?
Don't remind me.
Oh,
I had my phone on me all day yesterday. I was like, yeah, this is gonna be the year. This is gonna be the year. No, it's not gonna
No.
be the year. I know better.
And shout out to Serpico, our incredibly eloquent multi-panel member, very smart stand-up comedian guy who came in dead last place. Quiplash.
I don't remember any of his answers though. Like, I'm surprised that happened. I feel like he just didn't answer half the time.
Maybe he was going for that commitment trophy.
I'll have to actually look at the answers for that because they might still be on my phone. See what he said.
Not worth.
But he did.
So the last part of
that, or
the
he knew the exclusivo was the 8th place prize and he blew it on purpose.
Dude, the Exclusivo was a hot fucking pin. We gotta talk about that
Yeah.
later. Exclusivo was the only one
Yeah.
that I'm pretty sure Becker showed up because he wanted that Exclusivo.
The only
I know that's why
reason-
Dave showed up.
Did Becker or Dave? I know Dave probably ended up getting one. Did Becker ever end up getting an Exclusivo?
I think all the staff got one thanks to Adam.
Yeah, Adam gave them out to his staff.
Good guy, Adam.
Good guy, Adam.
Actually, I don't think Serpico made it into the final round. I think Hobbs gave it to the person who got the lowest points overall of the
Yeah,
night.
no, it was. It
Okay,
was the
all right.
lowest points of any round played in the night.
I gotcha. I thought it was just the final round.
Nope,
Okay.
it was literal worst person of the night,
Oh.
which our stand-up comedian got.
Oh well. He got a sweet prize.
He
And I
did.
got the shitstorm medal.
The last part of the pin dinner that I wanted to talk about is the pin raffle that I think has also set the bar of how to get new people shitty pins to throw on a staff table so you can buy them in blind boxes 6 months later.
It's like we're accelerating the shit cycle single-handedly.
Ren had this glorious coffee can that she would rattle the shit out of pins in to get raffle tickets in. And little did we know, or could we ever have guessed, that 5 minutes into collecting raffle tickets, the coffee can would have been full.
Overflowing, like it was completely chock full and falling to the ground full of pins that I don't own. Like I was staring at this pile of pins like, don't have that one. Don't have that one. Someone literally threw this away for like a 1 in 50 chance of winning a good pin and I don't own it. Magic hands, Jeff.
You could just
All
start
kinds of-
begging outside the
Yeah.
merch booth of the coffee can at PAX.
I feel like that
it's-
might be pushing
if
it.
you go to West, it's completely normal anyway, because that's just the streets of Seattle in a nutshell.
The pin pan handler cosplay.
Quote unquote
I'm
cosplay.
sad no one found their Cavalli Cash CD. If it makes you guys feel any better, he's probably dead.
But I have one of those.
So in the end, we ended up gathering over 200 pins, and Ren had to go ask for a bigger container from the kitchen. And what they had was a 5-gallon bucket with a spigot on the bottom.
Like
Which
if-
did not
And
pour
it had
pins for
quite
some reason. I
possibly-
tried.
At first, I was like, "Whoa, that's too big," and then I took it. I was like, "Maybe we can do this."
It quite possibly had the best acoustics of rattling 200 plus pins at a single time.
I was so mad when the first person who wanted to enter the raffle handed me pins that were in baggies. I was like, "Bitch, I can't rattle this. What am I supposed to do with this muffled bullshit? Now go put that.
This isn't a trigger bucket.
Why don't you take those out? Take that fucking OS 2015 logo out and put it in my fucking can. That does not need to be individually bagged. The bag is worth more."
I think that should go on your to-do list for the next trigger emoji is the coffee can rattling.
Bouncing around. And you know how fast once that was dumped out into the bar bucket, you know how fast Barg took that? You have any idea how quickly that vanished from my table? Like that was a easier to ask forgiveness than ask permission type situation there. That was just fucking gone.
Yeah, he knew what he wanted and he went for it.
Can't fault him.
He also donated 35 pins for the raffle just to try to get Kappa and then didn't get it.
That's what Will did. I gave Will like a fistful of my fodder and I said, "Go through and enter everything." And he's like, he dumped them all into the Chandra. I'm like, "You dumb bastard, that's my pin." He dumped every single one of his tickets. He's like, "I know that character." And I was like, "Motherfucker, you know that character because it was sitting on my desk before we left." And then he didn't win it. Could have gotten my pin back.
Yeah, I think Hattie West was the big winner. He won like 3 different things.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
he started out with the worst luck and won 2 of the Puppy Pal pins. Like, great, the guy who started Community Pins won Community Pins. Fucking awesome.
I was so happy. Afro Geisha like freaking stole the night. She got the P-pad pins, and then she went on to get to win something in like the panel raffle. She won something else. But she won a Carl or something like that. I don't remember if she won the Carl. She won something, but
Oh yeah, she might have won the Kickstarter Carl that
Yeah.
Q did, the add-on one.
Yep.
Oh shit! Somebody put an add-on Carl for the panel raffle.
Well, we'll get to that later though when we get to community trading. There were prizes for that for the for people who attended the panel. So
Yeah, I added an Automata Kickstarter add-on pin to the pin dinner raffle.
But all in all, it was
the big draw.
It was insanely successful, and I will say, as someone that was digging through the boxes looking to make sure we were making quota on the minimum number of entries, people were mad for those P-pad pins. Like,
oh yeah,
people were fucking raging hard-ons for the P-pad pins. Like, I think with the number of community pins that are coming out now, and in rapid increasing succession, I think that people are going to want to be community pin complete, and
I want all but one.
All but one.
All but one.
You can't be
just out of
complete.
principle.
The pin raffle is coming back for East. It's going to happen, and if anybody wants to fodder out a high value pin or a medium value pin or a Kappa, hit me up because we will make this happen.
And I was tempted to
or a Kappa,
put in like a gold Overwatch or something because I think that'd be.
Can we make a Castle Guy prize?
Nobody is going to give me a gold Overwatch because they know they will not see that again.
Can I make a Castle Guy prize? So somebody has to get a Castle Guy.
How many Castle Guys do you think you need to put in to make someone want to put a ticket in there?
No, I just want to see if anybody does put a ticket in there. Like, I just want to put one as a prize and see what happens.
Is this some kind of weird like dating matchup thing you're trying to do here? Like, who put this ticket in the Castle Guy? 'Cause now you want to date with Craig.
They might be my dream person.
You get a Castle Guy and you get a date with Craig. I'll put that up for raffle.
Oh yeah, it's like those raffles where you can win like a bike or like a toaster, and then there's like the Disneyland tickets and the date with Craig.
Craig
box.
takes you out for ice cream after
yeah, you win a bike or speedboat or bitch. Craig's the bitch in this one.
Actually, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah,
Craig
but
buys you
free.
I'll do it.
Free dinner with Craig and a trip to the STD clinic in the morning.
No, we'll make it a date with Craig at Taco Bell.
No,
oh, man.
no, I don't go to
I
Taco
gotta get
Bell.
my tickets
Taco
now.
Bell's too far in Boston. It's too far away.
No, because Lazorz would pack that box, and then you two would have to go on a romantic date and take pictures at Taco Bell.
But we'd have a great time, though, right, Lazorz?
Yeah, I'm having flashbacks to my pre-prom junior year.
She didn't put out either, did she?
Well,
that's
not
absolutely happening
first.
now, Craig. I hope you enjoyed watching that idea come to me live because
Can we
that's
just not do Taco Bell anywhere else?
You have no control over this.
Of course I do.
No, you don't.
All right.
I'll make promises you'll keep.
Great.
So the South panel made me and Craig, like, at the same time, simultaneously be like, we need to rethink the format of the East panel.
Yep.
I think the format's stale. I think it's time to mix it up a little bit. It's a lecture.
Yeah. Well, and especially with Evan's handouts existing.
Yeah, it's all the same
like,
information.
all you're missing is the map, but the map is in the guidebook or in the fucking pamphlet they hand out in the when you walk in the door to grab a lanyard for the first time.
Dude,
that has the pin logos on it.
VBT's part about the science of why my pins got all shitty, I like that a lot. Like, that needs to stay in. I think we need to expand the science aspect of it. I think is really cool. But
like the gold pins.
Yeah, as long as it has real science.
Yeah, the
I'm
oxidation
okay
of the gold pin and the reason it happens. I didn't know any of that. But it feels like
but it's not just humidity
use a better
either.
material.
I think
she did ignore the part of people grabbing onto it with their grubby, greasy mitts and getting oils all over it.
Yeah, no, she didn't even mention semen stains at all. That shit doesn't come out.
Well, thankfully Leroy's not a gold pin, so.
So you can jerk off on that all you want, lasers.
Speaking of hard enamel,
Oh.
I think the image on the front of the panel slides was really good because I made that.
Did you?
The fantastic Be Somewhere to Find
the
image.
the terrible Photoshop.
Dude,
with the gold Overwatch on the floor and the card Kemper in the background and the Oskemper hanging upside down
that's the
from
new
the ceiling.
gold standard, not the image. The image was terrible, but the actual, like, the typography and the layout and stuff, that's new gold standard. We're gonna use that in every panel from now on.
Well, can we use that same image because we almost named the panel the same thing?
I thought we almost named the panel "Grab Him by the Kemper."
No, it's still Face Your Fear of Pintimacy.
Oh yeah, I definitely.
that was the quick change because we needed to change it.
Apparently, copyright is important, Craig.
Yes.
So with the panel, we also were able to see sneak peek of the next set of pin designs.
Yes.
Where Gabe and Tycho are designed by Enfu, and same with Merge.
I am so on board for this fucking weeaboo pin set. Oh my god, this is a raging weeb boner for this pin set, and I'm all on board. I hope everyone is like
pins, right?
And
I hope it's everyone.
Yeah, they didn't specify, but it looks like they'll be the boss pins.
Well, for the staff set, they're actually designed by Amy Falcon, and so they're food based. Sorry if that's ultra spoilers for anyone listening. So
that was revealed to us, wasn't it?
Yeah. So the boss heads from Enfu are completely different, apparently, from what the staff pins are going to be.
So Enfu designed only the boss heads?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That seems weird for someone that's such
merch.
And merch.
No, well, usually the boss pins are designed separately by someone else, and then the staff is somebody else.
But Enfu's got a big long-term deal with PA. Like, they got a thing going. Like, you'd think that they'd have them design they'd have him design the.
Maybe he didn't want to design 14 more things.
And
they use strip search artists. They use strip search artists for everything else. So
he designs a fuck ton of food things. That's the weird thing.
Yeah,
that's true.
Like his shit is that book that I bought for like $800 is like 90% food icons.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't buy the book.
Oh my god, it's entirely fucking food, which is awesome. I re-gifted that bastard.
Yeah, the only art I've really seen of his was like the pin set, and then whatever I saw at Blue Sea Sushi across the street from the convention center in Seattle.
Yeah, I've been through his art book. His art book is almost entirely like pins and children farting.
Yeah. That's fun.
Wait, Ren, did you re-gift something that didn't come out of a fuku bag?
Wait, as part of a Secret Santa, mind you?
Oh, no. I gave that to one of my normie friends. They don't know the lack of value.
That red tide.
Does anybody else have any good thing from the panel they'd like to talk about, or are we just moving on?
I would like to say that the camaraderie displayed in the panel, in good times and in bad, was very admirable. And I like to think that people look out for me as well as they did for people in the South panel. Craig, you got my back?
If you have a Milty on stage, I might just sit and just kind of watch for a little bit before I say anything. So
Craig's gonna look all dreamy-eyed over at Ren, like, this is amazing.
This is the best moment of my entire life. We finally got her, guys. We finally cracked her.
Took you long enough.
Yeah, no shit.
All right, staff trading.
It happened.
That was almost immediately after.
Yeah, this seemed like it was the shortest staff trading in the history of staff trading.
Yeah, really?
I was getting, we all got there, and kept waiting.
I got there late.
I kept waiting for the line to get big, and it just never did.
Well, you can't just wait for it to get bigger, Ren. You gotta do something about
it.
They
probably...
Oh my god, Craig, shut up. You're the worst human being.
Yeah, just 30 minutes in a corral is Craig's idea of foreplay. So it was 15 minutes per group. They had what, like 50 fucking people in
It was
each
40.
group, and just
It was
40 people per group.
threw them in there.
I hit multiple tables multiple times. Like, I mean, just looking.
Yeah.
I don't usually get to the table. I usually have to shove my way into each table once.
Yeah. So were you both in the first group?
Yep,
I was.
I was too.
I got in late. I think I was probably in like the
Okay.
third group, maybe.
So I was in the first group, and then I went in again afterwards, and I was still done with my second time through within an hour of the staff training event
Well,
starting.
Hingo, you know,
And I think there was only one group after
Hingo,
me.
that's called farming.
Whoa, no, it wasn't farming. I
Did it
just
for his
needed
pin
7
group,
of one
actually,
pin.
so
all right?
it's not farming.
Jesus Christ.
It's called farming.
Yeah, no, I completely farmed the shit out of those tables. That's my entire strategy. And you can call it farming all you want, Ren. You know why? Because you're right.
I do like to hear that. I do like the sound of that. I am right.
I was able to snag an Off Shield and the Automata Kickstarter add-on pin. Did anybody else get
How in the
anything really
hell?
good?
I was there when you got the Atomic Kickstarter pin, actually, because you snagged it.
I'm just better at picking up pins.
That's
than you
fine,
are,
because
Seth.
I saw it there, and I was like, and I already have it, and I was like, wait, Hingo's
Did
here,
you
and
make,
then I went for it, but you already
do
going.
you like make eye contact with a staff member as they put a good pin down, or is it just mysteriously there and no one else has grabbed it?
No, Jerry just kind of pulled it out of his bag and just threw it on the table randomly, and then Hingo
Yeah,
was
like
like,
it-
yoink.
So he waited for you to come.
Yeah,
and then...
like,
Well, yeah, he waited till after
Yeah.
people were there, like, because I went right to his table.
and it wasn't him like gently reaching out and setting the pin there. It's just like, oh, I have this piece of shit, and just kind of lobs it there.
Oops.
Oh yeah, this garbage. Maybe he knew that you
The-
put in the Carl for the raffle. Maybe he just knew somehow.
Maybe. The E-Shield was on the table my first time through,
Yeah,
and
that one.
like I gave other people the opportunity to grab it. I didn't just lasers that pin right away because I had time to look at Jerry's lanyard and see that nothing of value is on there first. Traded him for some like purchase pin off his lanyard, and then picked up the East Shield.
So you're saying you gave it a 3 count before you decided to lasers that pin?
Yeah, 5 seconds rule.
But is it even lasering
guy.
the pin if you gave it the 3-second count?
No, because lasering the
Yeah.
pin is stabbing him in the kidney and grabbing it and run.
Oh my god. What is this reputation?
I don't know, but
Yours.
I heard
Okay.
you slapped a bitch for a pin one time, and
Yeah, actually, I saw Jerry with an East Kemper out in the alleyway behind the BCEC last East, and I pulled out a knife, and I was like, "Hey, Jerry, I got a fodder for
it'd
you."
be a shame if this knife found your intestines, wouldn't it?
I said Jamie at first. That's why she doesn't work for PA anymore.
So with the pin raffle that we did for the dinner, we were trying to eventually raffle out starter packs.
Oh
to
my
people.
god, raffles at
And-
South are just like we don't understand raffles apparently. Like, dude,
Yeah.
I didn't mention it, but at the dinner, Evan and I had a moment. We're two just very personable, very charming people who just desperately want to do something nice for the community. Between the two of us, could not figure out how to fucking raffle ticket worked. Like we're staring at this double raffle ticket. Like there's one that says "Keep Me" and there's one that is the ticket. And between the two of us, we're like, okay, we are gonna get this. How does this fucking work? Like,
You guys
because
are
we at
terrible.
first we were like, okay, we keep one, and then the person takes one, and then the person put theirs in the bucket. But how do they remember what their number was? Do we write their name on the back of it?
No, you give them both.
And we had like a
give them
fucking
both.
moment, like when the light dawned on the two of us together at the same time. We were like, whoa, we are fucking brilliant. We figured it out. But I think, despite knowing how the tickets worked, we still were incapable of getting people to show up with their raffle tickets so late after the fact.
Well, we started out well for the first one, because the first one we called out, someone's like, "Hey, I won," and then the next 15 straight, nobody said a goddamn thing.
No one who kept their ticket was fucking there.
Well, I think another thing that wasn't really conveyed very well was that the raffle tickets would be not done at the panel.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it was mentioned once there, unless it was early.
I think there was confusion among the panelists when the raffles were being done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That didn't exactly
According,
help.
when I talked to Q afterwards, it changed midway through the panel, and they didn't know, and neither did I.
Well, they ran
that
out of
was
time because I
changing.
thought they were going to do the prizes, like the frames at the panel.
Yeah, I think everyone in the audience thought that too.
That being said, I think we did set that the new standard of giving out starter bags of pins to people. Just don't have a fucking raffle. Have a grab bag that you walk around, talk to people in line, find out who's new or who's been collecting for like 7 hours, and just give them a bag of
It's
pins.
not hard to figure out who's new and who's not. The people that are displaying shitty pins on their lanyard, they're new.
Yeah.
Like they
You
got
just
the
don't give it
person.
to
The
guy
people
with
that
the
have
British accent.
buttons on
Yeah,
their
the people with
lanyard.
an info. If you got an info on your fucking lanyard, just give them some pins. Because there's a chance that whatever you're giving them in the grab bag is better than what's on their lanyard.
All right, community of trading.
Yeah, no, how I got there late to staff trade or to community trade, and everybody had tables. And
No, late.
was-
Were you there before or
Late,
after the
no,
tables
if-
were kind of staggered?
If you showed up like 15 minutes before the event started, all the tables were taken.
Yeah.
Yep, and the tables were taken, and like people were moved in, like they fucking lived there, and
Yep.
and I just didn't know what to do. I think I ended up popping a squatty on the ground with my hammer.
Yeah, I just kind of grabbed a
Squatters'
chair and
rights
sat in
do
back
rule.
with Q, and we just kind of shot the shit for a while. We just supervised everybody else.
Yeah, and then Evan was walking around like a pit boss.
He got there and he was so angry. He was like, "Okay, guys, we need to do something about this."
He was walking around with his
It's pretty
arms
entertaining.
folded, just with his like his rolled up A&E,
His grumpy face on.
Yeah, his gingham button up, just walking around, just looking like just a charming, angry little elf walking around, eyeballing people like, "See you at that table.
Yeah.
You better fucking need that table."
Yeah.
Yep.
He's the most upset-looking Abercrombie model I've ever seen.
And I've seen a lot of upset Abercrombie models. Believe me, I've seen a lot of disappointed Abercrombie models. But I think the table thing is weird. The table thing definitely. I mean, if you were walked into something for the first time and you saw like a product being sold on a table by a person who's sitting in a chair, and then you saw another product that is somewhat similar but being sold by someone who's squatting on the ground, I mean, which of those people would you approach?
I'm assuming the person squatting on the ground is going to give me a better deal because they've had a harder run in life.
And they just want to get the fuck out of there. They
They need a little bit of cash, man.
They
That's
want
all
to
they
dump
need.
their product so they can leave. I mean, I think it definitely sets a kind of a tone for the tables getting fucking overrun too. I was at a table.
Yeah,
once,
I kind of
too.
made my rounds or whatever. I kind of walked around and I was like, yeah, I'm good, and I just kind of sat in back and just chilled. So whatever. I think I left early.
I think the tables are really great for standing, right? Because that encourages like the active participation of trading. But the biggest issue was that not only was there a limited amount of tables, but it was also people sitting down, making it more of like a arts and crafts fair type dealio. And so, I'm curious if we could somehow acquire more tables at East, somehow either, bring in our own shit
Fat
from like a
chance.
rent a party city type thing, or somehow ask
Evan's-
PA to like hijack some from a back room.
Evan's not going to be there, or he might be there, but if he's not there, no one's going to care enough. So we
We just need a location. Like, we don't necessarily need tables or anything like that. We just need a spot, which East is kind of a pain in the butt. And I actually think it's bad on PA that they don't really have like a dedicated spot for just pin trading in general. Like,
No, it is easy at East. The problem is that you piss off like the 17 people that are there for tabletop only. Like, you can go to the back corner of tabletop and take like 4 or 5 tables around there and be fine, and no one will be within 7 tables of
Yeah.
you.
No, we need one table at East. The one table at East is going to be the table at the front where someone is sitting, who is the person who tells people that approach that you need to get on the fucking ground to trade your pins.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the only
That's a
table
good
we
idea.
need.
That's fair. Yeah, that's the feedback that I heard the most is either tables for everyone or the floor
Yeah.
for everyone.
And the floor for everyone, I mean, it makes people approachable. Because I mean, you have to consider it like it's a monetary transaction, like someone wants to buy something because they have something of value, they want to get something of value. It's a transaction that they are the consumer in if they're not the person
equivalent
sitting.
exchange.
Yeah. I mean, they are the consumer, they're the approacher, they're the person that is trying to make the deal. They can walk away from the deal, so they need to feel comfortable with it, and walking up to someone with a table that's looked like they've been there for a week probably makes people nervous. So I feel like everyone on the same level, or them being able to decide where to squat down and do a trade, makes them have the power, and it's more approachable, I think. And if I can do it and then dressed like a freaking cartoon character, I think everyone else can do it.
Who are you cosplaying as on Saturday? I didn't recall the character. I didn't
I swear
recognize
to
it.
Christ, Hingo, I will end you. I was a chubby woodland elf.
Also from The Hobbit.
Yes, I was a hobbit. Lasers. He says looking decidedly like a hobbit. I mean, holy fuck, you got the silhouette of a hobbit. Look at you.
I'm like
He's a little
Samwise.
tall to be a hobbit.
Looks
though.
a little more like Wicket.
He looks like fucking Willow.
Holy shit.
Hey, the leprechaun is a national treasure. How dare you?
Dude, starring Jennifer Aniston. Leprechaun in the Hood.
So what I'm curious about is Has anybody talked about, like, I know we're still trying to brainstorm locations for East because it's a super packed and weird convention center, sort of. But, it seems like PA is trying to lean towards the whole Q Hall thing. But last year, like, that third floor, like, open, like, carpet area was pretty cool. That would allow people to sit down, right, and not have ass on
It was
concrete.
cool. It's just, I think it's a little compact for the people that we're going to have there.
Oh, yeah, it's probably
That's
going to be double this time.
in my opinion. Yeah.
I've never been to East, so I have no idea.
Yeah, it's like South where it's all in one big convention center, but there's just like so many people at East in comparison, and there's just so much shit going on everywhere. That's gonna be tough to find a spot to lock it down and keep it ours.
So Ren, for your benefit, at Prime when you'd come up the escalators and you're going, like, you get up to third floor and then there's the area where they tape off and say don't stand here. That's about the size of what the East trading area was last year.
So everybody was doing standing trades, like in their hands?
Basically, yeah. There was not a lot of, there's like 4 chairs there, and
yeah, actually the DLC trade between Lazorz and Demos and E was packed in the corner.
I remember that. You guys were both
by the windows.
You guys were both sitting mermaid style next to a window.
Yeah, it was fucking mermaid style.
Yeah, because that was all the space they had.
And that was a lot of pins to lay out in that tiny space.
Did we want to talk about Thornwatch at all, or do we want to skip that?
I can say that I played and it was fucking fantastic. I mean, mostly because I got to play with Mike S. And I've never met someone who so reluctantly, like when he saw our costumes, he was like, "God damn it!" And he's like, "Show up whenever." And I'm like, "Evan, let's go, Evan." And Evan didn't wear his fucking costume, so.
Yep.
And then he never showed up. But then Syl and Q showed up, and we played a rousing 2 rounds of Thornwatch, and it's definitely still got some bugs to work out. I mean, it's unbalanced in a lot of places, and the gameplay doesn't exactly flow. But once you get into it, and once you really know what you're doing, and once you learn to fucking destroy your judge like we did with Mike S, like we wrecked his ass. It was wonderful. It will come out eventually. What was the delivery date on the Kickstarter? Because
2017.
It's I think it's the end of this year, like November or something.
Yeah, I can see that possibly happening, but just from talking to Mike S, it seems like there's a lot of things seems like Mike and Jerry are coming up with lore ideas faster than they're coming up with game mechanics.
September, by the way.
Yeah, so they keep coming up with, the Ebb corrupted pieces and coming up with more lore, more canon than,
Who's the one that came up with daughters needing to be single gender, though?
Okay, that was Mike S, and that's Mike S being very, very sensitive to all potential bitchings on Twitter, it would appear, but he doesn't feel comfortable with moving forward with the Daughters game until he's in a place where he reconciles the fact that he has an IP named The Daughters that can't be gender exclusive. And he's trying to figure out, can sons be daughters? Can boys be daughters? Can daughters have followers who are male? Like, he's bouncing lots of ideas around, but I feel like he's being more sensitive than he needs to be, honestly. But, I mean, I guess more sensitive is... I know my perspective's different than y'all's, but it's nice having someone think of the kind of thing for once. But I'd rather have a Daughters game.
Yeah, but what about a men's rights game?
Oh.
And that would be why my guess is so sensitive right there. But what about the men?
Yeah, but what I don't understand is why people can't just RP as a daughter.
That's what I told. Right. That's what I told Silliger. I told him, I was like,
not?
dog, if you could see the lineup of Final Fantasy 14 characters that my male fiance has, they're all cat girls. Like he is way on board with playing as a girl on the internet, playing as a girl in RP games and tabletop. And most dudes are probably the same way.
The market for this game is all Penny Arcade fans anyway. I don't think this game's really going to appeal to just randos. And
he's been reading the Board Game Geek website.
All right, but still, like, I just don't think people would have an issue with an all daughters game. Like,
I don't think people would have an issue with a Dick Wolf, but here we are.
Isn't this based in Seattle?
Wait, are you saying that he read all 7 forum posts on Board Game Geek about the Thornwatch
he took
game?
them all to heart, directly to the heart. But for the most part, I mean, we enjoyed it a lot playing with a judge that knew what he was doing, even though he fucking lost and we destroyed him. But we had fun, and we had fun playing in costume, and I can tell Syl had fun because Syl was fangirling so hard. He was so fucking thrilled to have his input to Mike. So I think everyone had a great time, and Q was also there.
That's as happy of an intro you can give Q.
Yeah, Q was there. He didn't leave.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, so now we're on to the most important part. Margarita Quest.
Oh my god, why did you put that fucking Mad Dog's drink on there? I did not order a large, but I got one.
Yeah, you and I both got one.
Yeah,
It was
you and
great.
I think he thought that we looked like the soberest, because
I asked for the large one.
I didn't.
I did because whatever.
And I choked that
wasn't
bastard
bad.
down too. I drank my large faster and still drank his small.
Well, I think he was the last one to finish regardless, because I was playing catch up, and then I ended up getting like a minor brain freeze, and then threw it down on the table.
Margarita brain freeze.
The Mad Dogs one is on there because of how bad it is. No part of that was supposed to be decent or an enjoyable experience.
And I thought the boozy milkshake was pretty solid.
I never got a boozy milkshake because I value all 200 feet of my intestine.
The boozy milkshake was actually the surprising one for me because I was assuming it was just going to make you feel like shit afterwards after everything you tried to caution everyone at, Ren. But I didn't feel terrible afterwards, and everything turned out better than expected.
You must have an iron gullet, sir.
And that place loved us
Well,
too.
yeah, I eat at Taco Bell on a daily basis.
it does wonders for your insides.
Yeah, so the House Boozy Milkshake place is run by a lady, her husband, and her mom, and they generally make all their stuff a week ahead of time.
Ew.
And I think it was J.W. Quinlan and somebody else.
They went ahead of
His
us.
wife? Yeah.
Yeah, they contacted them ahead of time so they could see if there was going to be a dairy-free option. So they were good enough to do that.
How?
And I don't know, soy ice cream. It's like Craig doing Whole30. I don't understand it. I just nod my head and say, yeah.
I guess if you want, as long as everybody's happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they prep what they're going to do a week ahead of time for their menu and then buy those specific ingredients.
That's pretty
and then
cool.
make milkshakes for the week. And then everyone was going in there saying they were there for Margarita Quest, and I feel terrible for the owners because, I obviously didn't plan this to talk to any businesses beforehand. I just put shit together on the forums. And then you have 60 to 80 people showing up saying they're there for Margarita Quest, drinking a boozy milkshake, and confusing the shit out of the owners.
Did they run out of booze or milk or shake?
They actually did on Saturday, I think. A few of the items they completely bottomed out the containers.
That's
on.
awesome, though. That's something.
Were there that many people there that were saying they're there for Margarita Quest though?
Yeah, there were a fair amount there that did it. A lot of people either didn't give me the form or did like 2 and then said fuck it, they're just gonna buy the pin, or did 2 and said the hell with it, they don't care that much.
I tried.
Because I probably handed out around 50 or so of the forms at the pin dinner because everyone said they wanted to do it, and I got maybe 10 of those back.
Too bad.
Solern gave away a lot of them too, right?
His were for purchase.
It's too bad that half of these places were closed on Sunday.
Well, yeah, that's kind of on you. I only gave you 4 days to complete Margarita
Yeah,
Quest.
I had to do my whole Margarita Quest on Sunday, and I only got in 3.
Yeah, because by the time because we went to Iron Cactus on Sunday night and everything was closed by 9 o'clock.
You could have just done like
Fuck it,
Friday
I'll buy
morning
the pen.
at 8 a.m.
Fuck it, I'll buy the pen.
Yeah, because I only ended up going to 4 of the locations just because.
Or Hingo will just give me a pen.
I just never went back the other way again, so I will.
Hingo.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to happen. All the people on the podcast are getting a pin. Just don't tell anyone.
Yeah, Hingo will give me a pen just to make people angry.
So, Ren and Craig, what's your feedback for Margarita Quest other than bitching about Sunday?
God, I wish I could have gotten some of these drinks.
My only complaint was that when we went to was it Friday night we walked like it felt like 2 miles to me.
It was about that.
Okay, it felt like about 2 miles. So we got to this place and I was a little I wanted to start drinking, so I got a beer at the place we went to, whatever. And then we went to Boozy Milkshakes after, but nobody wanted to go to any other place around that area at that time because I think some had already gone. So I was like, oh, I don't want to go drink by myself. That's sad. So I don't know. I just finished up in other places and whatever. I don't know if that is actually feedback or not. Regardless, I thought the idea was great. I love drinking, obviously, and stuff. So,
Thanks,
sorry.
Craig. That warms the cockles of my heart.
No, I mean you put a lot of work into it. You got the pin design. You had who was Sammy did the work on it, right? Most of the
yeah.
work? Okay.
Sammy.Sam
came out awesome. And I just obviously love the whole concept, and I think a lot of other people did too, actually, because we were like, yeah, Margarita Quest, woo, and people went off the rails a little bit too. I think. Did anybody actually go to all 7? Do we know?
No.
Okay.
I'm probably pulling La Margarita off next year's quest because it's well out of the 2 mile range of the convention
Yeah, it's
center.
not scootable.
Yeah.
Like, what if Mike wanted to do the margarita quest? He couldn't scoot to it.
Yeah, his rascal would not get that far without a dead
Dude,
battery.
there are some weird ass margaritas in some weird ass places around the Riverwalk. I mean, I think what I'm gonna do is I'll do some recon since I go there so often. Like throughout the next year, I'll do some recon and try some different places. And if I like at the place we went to for the last lunch has a Spider-Man margarita that I think should be on the margarita quest.
I just want to go to Pizzeritas because of the name. I don't.
Dude,
care for
Pizzeritas
pizza
is fucking
terrible.
amazing.
Is it?
Yeah, no, Will and I fucking love that place.
What?
Pizzeritas, you can get like a slice and a margarita and a bag of chips for like $10.
What?
It's not a good margarita. I didn't say it was good.
I don't care.
Never said it was a good margarita.
That concept is great though. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, you can get a slice of pizza and a margarita, and
Next year.
Yeah, no, that's our go-to when we're not with friends. Just the two of us, we go there. Oh, and they have fucking the walls of that place are covered in posters for like individual food items. Like there's a poster that just is a picture of a piece of cheese and it says cheese. there's like a picture of like it just says like garlic. Like it's really not advertising anything other than the individual ingredient that goes into pizza. So it's like real phoning it in. But I love that place. So that definitely is a place that's a good lunch spot.
Yeah.
I will definitely take recommendations. I know La Margarita's coming off for sure. The House Boozy Milkshake and Azuka are staying on for sure.
Bariba should stay.
If we did the dinner there again, I would say keep it.
Bariba's probably gonna stay. Rosario's, I know people like Rosario's. I'm indifferent about it. Iron Cactus is one of my favorite places to hang out at and drink. So
I like
that'll
Iron
probably be
Cactus.
on there all the
Rosario's
time.
is hard to get into if you're not going at a certain time. Rosario's gets fucking
Rosario's is like a
packed.
Thursday. Yeah, Rosario's is like a Thursday or a Monday activity. Mad Dogs, if there's a reason to take it off, I will.
I mean, you could just go with something better. I mean, Mad Dogs is fine. I had nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, no, like Mad Dogs is comically shitty in every way.
That's the only thing I can think of.
It's
And
an
the
English
the
pub.
bartender was amazing because he didn't give a shit and he hated us all.
You had to make like what 10 margaritas or whatever.
Yeah, he had to make 10 union yards at once on different checks.
Yeah, it's a British pub that the waitresses are wearing Scottish kilts and then they serve you the French flag. There's nothing good about any of that.
Yeah.
Not even the waitresses. They don't look great. Those aren't the A team.
I don't know, some of them could look a little bit like Mr. T.
Man, I miss Barg's laugh. We need Barg's laugh as a laugh track.
I know.
It's really taking away from this recording.
We need to get that soundboard made up.
So, because you're saying Barg can be replaced by a soundboard?
No, we need a soundboard just to have the random shitty sound effects that we want to have on hand like
I'm
that.
gonna be sick. I'm gonna be sick. Why is Taco Bell suddenly on the list of things we're talking about here?
Because it was a huge event that we went
Oh,
to.
that's right.
Yeah. So another big thing that happened at South 2017 was the naked chicken chalupa taco.
It was not a
unveiled
chalupa.
by
Don't call it a
Taco Bell.
chalupa.
It's called the Naked Chicken Chalupa.
Chalupa's supposed to have...
It was a chicken patty that was rolled around lettuce, but they call it a chalupa.
Dude, Craig is in denial about the fact that it's a chicken patty folded. He's like,
I'm not in denial.
Yeah, I told you it was a chicken patty, and you're like, it's not a patty, it's a taco.
No, I said it's shaped like a taco.
You said it's not a patty, it's a taco. I'm like, what?
No, because it's shaped. No, because a patty
If you
implies it's flat.
Unfold your taco and tell me what shape that is.
You can't unfold it because it'll break. Because it is shitty quality and shitty tasting. That's my review.
Yeah, we can tell. I mean, the faces of disappointment that Hingo
There was
made.
a lot of disappointment there.
Like,
Yeah, that I was on a roller coaster of emotion. I was so excited to get this taco, and then they turned the sign around with a broomstick.
did they really use a
That
broomstick?
I don't know where
Yes,
that
they
was.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lady.
And
Oh
then
God.
the look of raw hurt disappointment on my face, which you captured in GIF form.
In GIF form?
Then
Ugh.
then the manager comes back and is like, I found some more, which scared me a little bit, but the excitement of getting the taco made me overlook
you didn't
that
ask
fact.
found some
So
more
then I was
where?
happy
Because it just
again.
truly makes you wonder, where were they?
They went to McDonald's, they got a
Yeah.
McChicken, and they folded it.
Yeah, that's not the only thing he did with that broomstick. Like, he flipped the sign, went back out, and then wiggled the
He killed
broomstick
a rat with it later.
underneath the fridge a little bit, and squatted it, like, just dragged it out, and he's like, hey, we got 3 more in here.
Yeah, the heat pouring out of that compressor was enough to cook these things mostly.
Jesus.
And then I got to go back to that initial round of disappointment when they flipped the sign after I tasted the taco
Dude,
for
I
the
need to
first
make
time.
a gif of just you doing the slow chew, Hingo, because that's slow, just... It's just this
Yeah.
slow, disappointed chew.
When you grow up poor, you don't waste food no matter how shitty it is.
You're gonna swallow that. You're gonna swallow that whole mouthful. and then Evan just struggling with.
You don't know when that next meal is.
Yeah, Craig's just trying to fit the whole thing in his mouth at once, and then Evan's in the background, like just struggling with the sauce packet.
I just wanted it to be over with. That's all I wanted it.
Craig's like both hands just in there. Just gotta get it in. Maybe if I put more in my mouth, it'll taste better. Mine was okay.
Yeah, we have some community members that
And
think
then there was
that.
the rest of the box I had to have too, because I hate those Doritos Locos Tacos.
Gross.
That's besides the point.
I heard that, Hingo. That's some solid comedy right there. That's why we're the #1 penny podcast in the world.
Yeah. All right, the next best thing at PAX, the Exclusivo
Dude,
pin.
people were
The people
fucking
loved it.
raging for Exclusivo, which is amazing because that's a hideous pin.
It's incredible.
Like, god
Yeah.
damn, that is an ugly pin. Like, that is a zoom out, low res,
Like-
fucking please.
But they need to complete their poly collection.
Dude.
You can never have too much poly at the
Oh
at
my
PAX
god,
South.
stop! No, I love how Barg put the call out. He said, no one gives Jerry this fucking pin but me. Like,
Yeah.
it was like in a God help you if anyone but me gives Jerry this pin type way. Like, we were all on the
Yep.
same fucking page. But he still had so little faith in this community that he like the picture of him handing Jerry that pin, you can see the men's room sign in the background at the airport in Seattle on Thursday. Or on Friday or Thursday, I don't know, but it was...
It was on Thursday.
Yeah, it was the night before PAX, so he managed to find Jerry, like, corner him in the shitter, and be like, take this! Photo now! Here!
Photo in the bathroom.
Well, because he wouldn't give anybody else the Exclusivos until he got Jerry the pin, I believe.
Yeah, and he gave Jerry
Yeah.
the pin, and they did
And-
the...
Like,
then
I
he
thought
got
we were
lucky.
in the nest. We were in the circle of trust, and Bard gave zero shits about that.
And he did the whole, like, you know, you're buying your first house, one hand's shaking the hand of the realtor, and the other hand's holding the keys up type thing. Like, that transaction was fucking documented. Like, that happened. It is a real thing.
Yeah, staff loved it. The Loading Ready Run guys were apeshit over it too.
Dude, and
I was pretty excited
I
about
was
that.
getting mad offers at Community Trade for my one that I put out, like, casually among my garbage pins.
So one was given away at the pin dinner as a raffle prize. That was the first one given out after Adams to
Yeah.
Jerry, right?
And then well, then there was the one for the Quiplash prize too. And
Yeah,
then
there was
everything
one-
went ham on Friday.
Yeah, there was one inside the toilet trophy, like in the bowl of the toilet trophy.
Ren, did you give all of yours away?
Oh no,
at South?
I hoarded mine. I've still got 3.
Okay, so I gave away all of mine.
And for a tease, there will be at least one as a prize involved at East.
Yeah, and I'm
Probably
gonna.
for a panel prize, potentially a second.
I'll put one of mine in for the pin raffle.
Okay. Yeah, mine will be for the panel raffle or whatever the hell we decide to do, probably. So.
But I think my two.
Yeah, and I'll
Go ahead, Hingo. God.
go. I was just gonna say that I'll make sure you get an extra Margarita Quest pin to add to the pin
That would be
raffle.
Okay, cool.
awesome. But I think one of.
Because I want every pin raffle to be a full P-pad set every
God,
time.
people lose
What
their
about the
fucking mind.
panel, or do you not want to do one for that?
Fuck the panel.
That's fine. I just want to
Yeah.
know, so I don't promise anybody anything.
No.
Just no. Tell them there's gonna be one, but don't just be real unspecific about when the raffle's happening.
There will be one for a prize at East somewhere. Somewhere.
Just be
Might
real.
even be at the PAX. It might even be before
Be real
PAX.
fucking shady about when the actual raffle is going to occur. Just be in the wind. But I think my 2 exclusivos that actually went out, I gave one to Kevin because he's cool people, so he's got one to represent. And the other one, I made my one trade for an exclusivo. And what was it, Hingo? What did I trade for my exclusivo? I know you know.
Potato cat.
Oh yeah, it was the
I traded a
cat.
potato for a potato. It was a good trade. All parties walked away happy.
Kevin makes sense for you. He was your original pin say.
He was my pensei, but he never taught me the secrets of the 5-point palm exploding heart technique like he taught lasers.
Excuse me? Kevin
He
is
never
the best
talked
pin
shop.
say.
He never talked shop with me. He never taught me the secrets.
It's because of what happened with lasers. After Kevin told lasers everything that he knew, lasers decided to make a cutesy lanyard, and it was the dog comic at that point. Like, oh no, it's retarded.
Oh no, it's retarded.
No, it wasn't so much Kevin was my pinsay, you know. It was like, you know, Macho Man Randy Savage and Hulk Hogan when they met up and they became
Oh.
like world's greatest dual team ever.
Which one had the date rape lanyard? I can't remember.
Oh my god.
Oh my
What?
Your lanyard of like Enfu and then a
Yeah, your
giraffe
implication
and then-
lanyard. You're they're not gonna. Nothing's gonna happen, but something could happen.
You're a free candy pin away from getting a
That
restraining
wasn't
order.
date rape.
No, it was your blacked out van lanyard.
Yeah,
It was your
well,
blacked out.
it works because people are looking for cute shit, and they got like Leroy's and shit.
Man,
you know?
it paid out. It paid out hot dicks at West, didn't it? With that guy handing out the green fists for cute shit.
Oh yeah, that was great.
And you cashed that whole bastard in.
Just hand him my lanyard.
And then a couple Kemper Somersets, one at a time. This is a cute one. Here. It's a
How about
cat.
this other cat?
This is a different cat. No, hold on. Let me cycle back through the line behind Pikmin so it looks like I'm not farming.
I was
Pikmin
doing it for
wasn't
my pin groups. It wasn't farming.
It's not farming when you need 7. Did you get more than 1? Yeah, farming.
I'm sorry I accused you of farming the Teemos, Laser. I don't know why. I heard a story about farming Teemos, and I guess my brain just assumed.
Yeah, I don't even farm. I just like go to Taco Bell during PAX, and then I show up at community trading.
And then you farm
Yeah,
the
you rip
people?
people off there.
Farm the people.
Yeah,
No, hose the people.
he is
Hose
the
people.
matrix of pin trading.
Red pilled.
Get out.
So my plan for my exclusivos is I was going to give one away for every bit of PAX that I was at, starting with Thursday at the dinner. And I put one up on the trading post, and the first person to call me out on it being a bullshit trade offer was going to get the exclusivo pin for free.
Wait, how did you
And
put it up on the?
nobody
How did
did.
you put it on the trading post?
On the trading post on Penny Pals, I said, my exclusivo for your Mysterion.
Wow.
That was it.
And then you
And then
the,
nobody said anything to me. Not a single fucking person said a word to me until Brave Saturn shared with me the screenshot that she had in DMs with Agent Cooper, and he said that he really wanted an exclusivo, but he wasn't going to trade a Mysterion for it. So since he called me out and I saw a real live picture of that happening, he got my exclusivo pin the Sunday of South because nobody said a fucking word to me. It was amazing.
I think no one tracks the trading post during PAX.
No, I put that up like 10 days
Yeah, it was
before
a while
PAX South
before.
started.
I guess no one checks the trading post, period.
I was thinking everybody just ignored it because like this guy's full of shit.
Except
Oh no, it was just passive aggressive bullshit of everyone talking behind my back for 15 days. It was awesome. So
yeah, look
standard
at this
packs for
fucking
me.
guy. Look at this fucking guy with this fucking potato pin.
So then Even Star got one at the dinner because she's the only one that asked me. And then on Friday, God, I don't remember who I gave one to.
Wow. You forget
Whatever.
so quickly.
Yeah,
Sucks being an old man.
but I wonder if that was when I gave it. No, Friday was when I gave it to James. Or no, not James. The other guy from Loading Ready Run.
Nice.
Grant, yeah, or Graham.
Graham, yeah.
There you go.
Graham Stark.
Very-
So he was the one that was tweeting at the Penny Pals Twitter handle. So Evan got a hold of me and said, "Hey, this guy's looking for a pin." So I gave him one, and then Adam ended up giving giving 2 other people one, or BioDude is part of that as well. Because at that point, one person in LLR had it, and then everyone needed it, so they all got pins. At that point, I'm just expecting our listenership to get into the 20s by the end of 2017 because of that Loading Ready Run boost.
I got my friendship clicker from Graham, so I'm happy.
Did he sign
Yep.
it too?
Nice.
Nicely done.
Yeah, there's a lot more out there. Just gotta find them.
So
find the right
don't
people to
give
have 'em.
up completely. Or
Yeah.
do.
I kind of wish we could keep track of who has them though, like to see who traded for them or whatever.
Like the
Yeah,
DLC
see who-
registry list.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Actually,
Or like the
Oh shit, we should start that forum post.
otherwise I'm keeping 2 exclusivos because one lives at work and one will be on my lanyard.
I keep mine to lord over the community. I like lording.
Now we'll talk about the 2 good pins or pin locations at South. That's Direwolf and Edith Finch. So Direwolf, did anybody go and play through the board game of Clank and win the pin?
Fuck it, I'll buy the pin.
Yeah, I played through and won, but it was a group of 4 of us that were all pin pals, so it didn't matter. So it was me, Evan, BioDude, and then some rando, and we weren't going to let her win, so that was pretty fun. Yeah, there was, 7 or 8 copies of the board game out that was playable, and that was it.
Yeah,
And it was an hour long each.
yeah. And it was like a smallish booth, so it just wasn't worth it for me to hang around. I just wanted it done.
Yeah, so at that point, they're going to get through 64 people, 32
I'm sure
every
they're
hour.
staggered too a little bit. So
Yeah. Yeah, so that throughput was actually lower than Annapurna.
Mhm.
I ran through the math on that because, I was bored and on a plane. based on the number of stations they had and the demo times for each, assuming an optimal chugging people through as soon as the demo ends for 5-minute demo on one and then 20-minute demo on the other, they were going to be able to get through 54 people every hour.
I don't think 54 people went through every hour.
Yeah. There's no way it did, because that would mean that in the 8 hours that Expo is open, they would have gone through over 400 pins a day.
Well, they only give it to the winners, right?
No, for Annapurna.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were still talking about Direwolf. Okay.
Yeah, Direwolf, their pin throughput for giving away was so low, it's inconsequential.
Yeah. Well, that's why I think they started giving away the T-shirt as well. Or, I'm sorry, the T-shirt instead of the pin. So I'm sure people would take that instead, just depending on who it was. Deduct some pins.
Yeah, so based on the calculations for that, for Edith Finch, they definitely had a problem with their throughput in terms of trying to get out pins as a marketing tool, but they also didn't have enough demo stations to allow for the amount of people through that they needed.
They actually had a lot of wasted space in their booth too. There's just like a big open area that they could have probably added a few more things into.
But at the same time, you were also comfortable there. You got to sit in a couch when you did get up to line. If you wanted to talk to the developers,
what was that fucking weird bar thing they had in that wasted space? Like there were people just sitting up at the bar. Like there was no.
Is that where they had the merch there? Right, the T-shirts were behind it.
Maybe, I don't know. It was empty by the time I got to it on Sunday. It was just people sitting at it.
They ran out of shirts, and they ran out of shirts and pins by Sunday afternoon, or probably before that for shirts. I'm not sure. Yeah, I did like the couch idea for the pin, playing the game or whatever, and the game was good. So I'm definitely planning on buying that when it comes out.
I heard a lot of good things about that game.
Yeah, it's very weird, and I love that shit. And I played their other game, the Swan, the Unfinished Swan. So it's just that totally different vibe from that, but this one's really cool. And you got to be a shark, and it was really trippy.
Yeah.
It was very, very intriguing story. I don't typically play a demo, and I mean, usually I'll play a demo and I'll be like, oh, I like that mechanic, I'm gonna buy this, or oh, I like the way it looks, I'm gonna buy this. But this was one where I was like, I need to know how the story ends, so I'm gonna buy it just because I really fucking need to know what's going on in the story. Like I need to know how it ends. So that was interesting for me because it wasn't just a gimmick that made me want to play it. It was like just lights and beats and sounds, and fuck you, I sat there for an hour watching that on the demo floor. I have a struggle leaving that booth.
Yeah, one demo was the one I played was definitely way too long. It wasn't bad. It was just like it just kept going.
I liked it. I would be a fucking shark. I was a good ass tentacle monster.
That being said, the 4 to 5 minute demo was also solid in terms of you didn't get through that and be like, well, I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. It was still enough of giving you a concept of what the game is like and getting you the same hooks in you where you want to know more.
Yeah, I didn't get to play that one. I just watched a few people play it while
I watched enough swinging to know.
Yeah.
But honestly, if you go back and listen to the pre-pax recording that we did, the pre-pax show, I was skeptical about a point and click and play bullshit game because I typically hate that kind of game because it feels like
walking simulator.
Yeah, no, I know. I learned that phrase at South too. I like that. I was skeptical because I typically like a little bit. I mean, I feel like if I want to watch a movie, I want to watch a movie. If I want to play a game, I want to play a game. But this hit a comfortable space in between the two where there was actually some skill required. There was actually, some clearly skill. I couldn't open the fucking book for like a solid minute. I got it, but
we had to like use the right analog stick to flip the page or whatever.
No, there was it doesn't. It really just throws you in. I mean, you got to figure it out on your own. But I mean, I was skeptical, and I came away really liking it a lot. So. Mm-hmm. Convert.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a must-buy game for me this year too. I'm sad Adam's not here because we can't get the best quote of the day about Annapurna.
I'm sure he can edit it in somewhere.
Biodude was talking to Adam about it, and Adam was asking him about the game and whether or not he'd like it. And Biodude said, "Well, yeah, I mean, if you're okay with killing children." And Adam said, "Can I put a blanket over my lap?"
I forgot about that.
And it was a really comfy booth. Oh, that's all I'm saying. Like I feel like a throw blanket would not have been out of place there.
Yeah. So the demo's over. You're gonna have to get up and leave. Oh, I can't stand up right now.
Oh my god. It's the worst podcast on earth.
Yes.
Yeah, Yeah, so I think the only downsides I saw with Edith Finch is they had 6 demo stations, and that was not enough for the demand that the game and the pin had.
Yeah, and I did see on the, like, if you went to the PAX subreddit on Friday night, there were people talking about wanting to demo Annapurna, or wanting to demo Edith Finch, and asking why the fuck the line was so long, like it was a Nintendo Switch. And then all the responses to the Reddit post were just wait for the pin people to leave. All the responses were go at 2 o'clock after the pin people have left because they're out of pins, then you can demo. And I wanted to be like, oh wow, we're making positive waves in the world.
Yeah.
It's like any other swag, though. People always wait for shit no matter what it is.
If they were able to pack more demo stations in there, I think that definitely would have gone a lot better for them. I know that how Runic had their booth set up for Hob at West, I really liked, where you go to the interior and then it's just everything stand-up counter space where all of your game consoles are, and then they have like some bar stools to sit on for people that needed to be able to sit down, and then just pack people in shoulder to shoulder and just deal with it.
That would have been less pleasant for us.
But at least they were staffed well enough. Well, yeah. This is. Do you want to have your people there be comfortable and the line be long, or do you want the lines to be faster and people be less comfortable? They get to figure that out.
Dude,
I'm fine with what they did. I enjoyed it.
When I was next up on deck to play Edith Finch, the lady running the line, she pointed out someone in line and said, yeah, looking the way things are looking today. This was on Sunday, so last day. She pointed out a guy. She said, see that guy in the orange shirt? He's going to be the last one to get a pin. Everyone behind him's not getting a pin. And I sat down to play my demo. I was like, should I tell someone? And then I forgot. So
I would not tell anybody because it would just be really funny.
Yeah.
At least they were staffed properly. Direwolf did not have the staff to run both their Hearthstone knockoff game and their board game at the same time.
So there's one guy running back and forth?
More or less. On Sunday is when I played Edith Finch and got in line at like 10:02. I think I was like 30 or 40 people behind you, Ren. Mm-hmm. And then finished the demo at noon, went over to play Clank, finished that at around 2 to go to the staff trade or the community trading event. And even on Sunday from noon to 2, there was nobody playing the Eternal game, and all of the staff members were helping out with the board game, and there were still staff members that were going between multiple games because there wasn't enough staff to help out with each individual game.
That sounds terrible.
All right, friends, that's the end of the episode. Due to time constraints, we won't be doing an episode before East, but we will very likely be doing one after. Probably in June, because we're pretty bad at timely releases. I want to thank Hingo, Ren, Craig, and Lazorz for recording this episode, and we'll see you all next time, I suppose. I probably should say something like, like and subscribe here, but I don't know, maybe next time.
Rootin' tootin' 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 rootin' tootin' 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 rootin' tootin' 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 rootin' tootin' 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 AdamBarg.